way, shape, or form that they need it.
Right. And just a little side note that kind of popped in my brain when we were talking about this. When you said that you have, dispatchers and a patrol car out, like, is that 24/7 on campus, or are there sometimes when that's...
We make a good effort to have somebody available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, there are times where there may be some discrepancies in that, but that's always our goal, is to have that service available round the clock, round the day, round the week, et cetera, throughout the year.
Okay. And for example, say if something were to happen and there wasn't somebody there, is there somebody like at the phone that somebody could always call?
Absolutely.
Like,
we make sure that minimally we have a dispatcher available at our office 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's actually a mandate due to the fact that we are monitoring the fire alarm systems and also the dispatch agency for the ambulance company.
Okay.
So where a discrepancy may be is if an officer needs to get pulled off of the field to man the office, we have a sickness, an injury, or something else that comes up. If there's a discrepancy in scheduling or something, we may have to pull resources from the field, shall I say, meaning the main campus patrol, and move that into the dispatch function. So minimally, yes, there is always somebody that can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And when somebody does get pulled off the field, it falls back on myself and my other staff employees as the on-call supervisors to come in and deal with situations.
Okay. And round the clock all week, that also does for those type of situations, that does include the Sabbath as well?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Because I know that some people get confused because I know that there's not that much like ticketing and stuff that goes on like that, and so but there is always somebody there in case you need
we obviously tailor back essential functions. We're not going to go out there and issue parking citations on the Sabbath hours and do things like that. We will, however, maintain an employed presence that we can handle emergencies.
Okay. All right, moving on to a different type of email that kind of deals with some of the operation alternatives. The next email that we got says, I'm a freshman and I have already gotten over a handful of parking tickets for this school year for being in the wrong parking section. Although I think public safety does a good job and is obviously on top of things, I find it inconvenient that I have to go down to their office to pay my fines. I've already had to pay double the amount, sometimes over $50, on more than one occasion because I was 1 day late of my ticket's due date. It would be so much easier if public safety could just charge the fines to our school accounts, and then there would be no worry of late payment penalties. Even better if we could have the option of purchasing or upgrading to a better parking permit for the lot of our choice, even if that were to cost extra. So with that saying, I've never had a car here at school, so I've never gotten a ticket. But with those policies, you do have to go to the public safety office to pay those?
Yeah, let me touch on that. I see like 4 different issues.
Right, yeah, there are a lot of, that's basically why I picked to read this email out of all the ones that we got, because there are some good things to talk about.
And it covers a good cross-section of information, so I'll try to address them all, yet be concise for our broadcast here. One issue was in regards to having to come down to our office to take care of a parking citation. We have been working with the college over the last number of years to make our services as web-based, as online as possible. I know that the college is continually looking at e-commerce issues, and at such a point in time that gets refined enough to be able to be implemented in my department, we will wholeheartedly embrace that and continue on with that. So hopefully for that issue, that's something that can happen down the line. It's just one of those things that's in process. The question was also brought up about having to pay double the fines based upon the ticket being 1 day past the due date. What a lot of people don't realize is the whole issue of parking enforcement is very specifically outlined in the California Vehicle Code, and the California laws apply to our campus. A lot of time people have the perception that as a private institution, this is private property, and therefore the only laws that apply are college-related laws. Now, that is not true when it comes to universities and colleges. They are specifically delineated in the California Vehicle Code section that even private colleges and private universities comply with the California vehicle laws, and all of those are enforceable and applicable on our campus.
And the other law enforcement agencies will come right on here and enforce them for us.
Okay.
They'll come right on here and pull you over for something you did with your car here, or they'll find you in a fire zone or a wheelchair zone or blocking a throughway, and they'll give you a ticket and tow you just as fast.
Okay.
And we've even had CHP come onto our campus and tow a vehicle that was parked in a fire lane. And so from our role as public safety, we try to really be proactive with our student body, letting them know this. And you know, if you have to get a ticket, ours is better to receive than one of theirs. And so we try to really make sure that the information is out there that you can't park in a red zone, you can't park in a fire lane, and you have to do this. So continuing on with this specific question, California Vehicle Code strictly applies, and we have embodied all of our practices and policies to make sure that they embrace California law. And so with coming in one day past the due date, that's a California stipulation.
Okay.
And so with that, that's where we have to go with it, is to embrace the California code.
On the issue of convenience, the reason for the parking enforcement, in addition to being a legality issue, is were there none, we couldn't conduct traffic on the campus.
Right.
I mean, this is sort of a compromise as compared to simply making it so that no cars except maybe little Cushman grounds vehicles and public safety carts could ever get to any place. Just have everybody park at the perimeter like many schools. This is necessary just to keep the traffic moving and keep things safe. But as far as the fact that it's inconvenient to go down to the office, now I'm not speaking as a public safety official, I'm just speaking as an outside observer on this. You know, it's meant to be a deterrent, and I think inconvenience is kind of the goal.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so I'd say, well, right on.
Yeah.
You know, the idea is park your car where it belongs and don't get a
Then you
ticket.
don't have to deal with
and
it.
if you do, it should inconvenience you. As a sheriff's deputy, when I pulled somebody over, if when I went to the window, they said, just give me the ticket, I'm in a hurry. Obviously, the car is worth more than what somebody would make in 2 years. Do you really think they care about an $89 ticket? You're just an inconvenience to them.
Yeah.
No need to write too fast.
Yeah. All right. The last email that we got, I just included because it was one of many positive ones that I actually got. A lot of times me personally, I hear a lot of negative things about public safety, but I was actually very surprised. I received a lot of emails about what a good job that you guys do and how underappreciated you are. So I just wanted to read this one that just says, I just want to express my appreciation for the good work that our public safety team does. I know that they are best known as the crazy folks in golf carts who go around issuing parking tickets, but I know they do many things day in and day out to keep our campus safe. So with that, we're going to end, and I want to thank both Dean Kurtz and Mr. Garcia for coming onto the show, and we really appreciate it. Hopefully we cleared some things up for the viewers. And so basically what we're going to do right now is hand it over to Ryan Holmes and then Larissa Ranslin. Ryan's going to update you on what happened in Senate this week, and Larry's going to tell you what's going on campus, and then we'll see you next week. Thank you.
Hello, PUC, and welcome to PUC SPAN. My name is Ryan Holmes, your Executive Vice President, and I'm here to share with you what's been happening in Senate this past week. Now, the first thing that took place at our SA Senate meeting was the SA officers presented their goals for this upcoming quarter. And 5 of those officers presented their goals to us. The first was Derek Sloan, our SA President. Next was Robin Wake, our Social Vice President. And following her was Craig Church, our PUC cast producer. Then it was myself, your Executive Vice President. And finally, Andrew Meyer, our Financial Vice President, presented his goals to us. Now, the big topic at our last Senate meeting was the ratification of our new PUC cast office. Many of you might not know, but last year in Senate, it was made a provisional office that was supposed to take place for only a year until we ratified it as an official office. Last night, that was made official, and PUC Cast is now an official essay office. I also would like to remind you that our essay elections are coming up. The packets are available now in the Campus Center. You can pick those up, and they are due by February 1 at 10 a.m. So if you are interested in running, please go down and pick those up and get working on those. Thank you for joining us at PUC SPAN. I'm Ryan Holmes, your Executive Vice President. Thank you for joining us.
Hey everyone, my name is Larissa Ranslin, editor of the Campus Chronicle, and here's what's going on at PUC. This Saturday night in the gym, your essay will be holding contra dancing from 7 o'clock until 9 o'clock. There is a $2 cover charge. If you are interested in running for any essay office, please stop by the Campus Center and pick up an election packet, which you need to turn back in by February 1st. For more stories, please pick up this week's issue of the Campus Chronicle. Again, my name is Larissa Ranslin, and that's what's going on.